Hey, alright, that's awesome. I just kicked all the bots from the server. And then I started just took a screenshot here, so, alright. The 20-second buy period has ended. Let's see, buy timer. I don't remember the commands. Oh my goodness. Such a noob. I kicked all the bots though. Oh. There. I don't need a gun. Needs would sure be nice. Alright. Let's make sure my volume's up. Hello, hello. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. I do have a better microphone now, and hopefully I'm blowing your eardrums out. Echo here, CSGO agenda. Here we are on DE Cache. And I suppose there's a world of information that I could give you about this map. And there's also a world of more relevant information that I couldn't give you about this map, maybe, but I try to stay current. Anyways, when you're pugging, scrimming on the map, I'm like constantly yelling people like, go A main, go A main. Like you only need like 1, maybe 2 people picking mid. And I'm gonna just show you how a basic default setup should run. Alright, so first things first, A main is the critical, most important part of this map. So all of the chokeholds are important. If you set up a default pick, like 2B, 1 mid, 2 A main, and you leave Squeaky open, then the CTs can just push Squeaky and get behind you. That's a big no-no. So you obviously this is, if anybody's played this map before, you know it's the flank map. You know, you can constantly get flanked here on the other side. So really that's the tricky thing about this map is don't over-rotate CT side and don't overcommit T side. But also the other thing is don't leave these spots open. So it's the same thing like if you have 1 Squeaky, 2 main, or you boost someone mid, you got somebody watching mid, and there's nobody watching the B push. You cannot watch mid and B. You can't watch A main and Squeaky. Like, you need a dedicated person to every spot. For the meta on this map, really, A main is the most important kind of like imperative spot. Like, you know, like get really pissy because, you know, it's like I'm constantly yelling at people, like if I'm, because I often play mid, going at mid, and I can't be mid and A main at the same time, but I yell at people, go A main, and they fucking just like, you know, come over here and then derp around and like boost someone up and then like, you know, maybe peek it again and then like they run away and they're like over here and then they push up. If they push up Squeaky or aiming and they get the information that we're not here, that we're not holding it, then they can just rotate safe and send their rotation to B. Here we go, we're the round's ending again. Good, I can buy more stuff. Here's like the most, like you want to get up to this spot right here as fast as possible. So, you know, whoever has the best A spawn, I don't really care. Best case scenario, or even it's not a bad thing, if like literally all 5 people go A main. So basically it's a dick measuring contest for A main. So if they're CT side and they push A main, they push up, they nade, they flash, and there's no resistance here, then they're gonna have no respect for you. And they're going to constantly be pushing Squeaky or pushing B on the other side too, just like constantly pushing up because they know you're like leaving spots open. So, shit, I'm like holding down my in-game. It's hilarious. So, A main. You want to get up here as fast as possible. You want to hold the push right here. If he goes for a peek, you want to try to pick him, and if they smoke it, a lot of times they'll smoke it or flash into the smoke and then try to push, so you want to kind of play the edge of the smoke. Depending on, like, if I've been doing this a couple different rounds, I'm going to change up my spots, so a lot of times I'll play, like, here if I really think he is going to push, because when he pushes in, like, he's peeking there, and then when he pushes in like that, usually, you know, he's having to stay ready for there. He doesn't think that I've gotten up into my spot fast. So again, if you're fast and you can get up here, you don't have to wait for him to peek. You can even get into a position like here so that when he does, you could just get an easy pick. If they're smart, they're pushing together, and so then that's potentially a 2K for you, or you and your teammate if you have help. I recommend at least one, but two people going A main every round. So once I'm in control of A main and I have one of my teammates going squeaky so that they're not pushing, I'm gonna walk peek this wall right here. So first thing, I'm gonna kind of clear these areas here. I can't see completely on top in the corner there, but I'm gonna clear that, and I also can't see in the corner by squeaky door. I guess I should plant the bomb so I can make some money.
This is easy. We kill them and then we go home.
I can show you, then I can show you a couple smokes too, if might be helpful. I don't know, you know, it's easy to just search YouTube and find good smokes. I put links for some of them in some of my videos, like my Mirage video. Some of the smokes in there are pretty hard. So I'm going back to the A main hold. So I'm gonna walk up on this wall. Assuming that I got into position at the very beginning of the round and I know he did not push up into lockers. Okay, so I'm 100% going to be the first peeking here. I'm going to peek this corner here. And at the same time, I'm making sure that I'm listening because he could be playing right up close on this wall. And at any point, just push that. So I'm going to kind of line up these two here. And I'm going to wait until, you know, my teammates get up where they're close, and they're ready to execute. Squeaky door can even, you know, open first, but then, you know, I'm gonna throw a smoke for a truck, and I'll show you that smoke the easiest way I know to throw that smoke without peeking and exposing yourself to main, because if they're not playing aggressive, typically they're going to be playing with an op quad. So if they're not in this corner with a rifle, or maybe even an op 2, because, you know, people, they like peeking from, like, changing it up. But I'm going to be expecting someone to be peeking right about this angle here, and if I post up here and one of my teammates crosses, that works. Otherwise, I'm going to peek the default spot, and also this is the back of the quad here, so a lot of times people peek back that side corner. So I'm just being, like, super hyper aware of these angles at this point in time, like all of these angles at the same time. If I don't know where he is, this, you know, there could be multiple there. It's very dangerous. So when I'm ready, I'm going to throw a smoke right there. And that's going to smoke the cross for between the fork and the truck. At this point, I usually like flow a flash into the site, and that way, if he is default, he's going to be blinded for a second while I can come out and clear these spots. Again, if I have a teammate to help me, you know, then I'm going to assume that they're going to clear spots. Kind of have a whole rant about that. Trusting your teammates, you know. It's hard, I guess, especially when it's not just like when you haven't played on a team, but like just when you're newer at the game. It's not all about just like going and you know, like, oh, we were playing train the other day and we'd, you know, yell, oh, they're out T-con, and like the guy from Ivy would just keep running outside to like go where they are and like try to get frags, and then they'd turn around and I'd turn around and they'd be coming out Ivy, like multiple, every freaking round, and it's like, why are you rotating? Like, none of us died, like, just because we're calling, like, even if they call B site and you're way the freak away from there, you don't rotate until the bomb is called, unless it's like a eco round and you're pretty confident, you know, they're committed. Here's a nice smoke for Z. You're standing on the edge of this line here. You're lined up with this line here. You're right above the garage, and then you just jump and throw it, but you're running. I don't know if you can do it standing, so I always do it running. So you're running, jump, throw it. And let's see how... Oh, that's beautiful. So that's my mid take right there. The flash that I throw, you see where it went off? That's really just to protect me in case he has already pushed up to this position, or he's somewhere around here, because it's sort of my blind spot. I have the Z smoked. He can be crossing to white box or already be white box. So I'm just splashing this and then coming out so I can clear the white box. I'm not always peeking, but I can nade here. Yeah, this is it's a good spot if you can get out here to just kind of lurk around too. So if they're playing multiple mid, get picks, you know, always clear these little spots. And I'm gonna go back to ranting about aiming. So, one person can go out mid-main, and then if they smoke it and my team is working a site fast, then I'll throw that flash and I'll push the smoke. If my team's working slow, I will maybe throw the flash just to be consistent, and then I'm gonna cross the smoke and I'm gonna hold this spot right here. And then that way, if they push mid with multiple people, I'm in a good place. If they push B with multiple people, I'm in a good place. Or if my team's working B and they push A main, again, I'm in a good place. So, need one working out mid. Usually, it's like, just let that person call if they need help. And if they need help, then you can boost someone and that person can help. Alright, so my Z smoked. A lot of times I will throw that smoke even though I'm coming A main. When I get to A main, if he's aggressive, I'll usually nade that right away just to let him know, bitch, get back. I'm here. And again, it's a dick measuring contest, so, you know, if he's gonna be pushing you, you better be killing him. If he's gonna be pushing you, you flash him. You know, you kill him. You fucking don't, like, just let them have their spots and stuff. Like, don't let them get into their spots. So, you know, you're gonna be... The name of the game is disruption. Being terrorist side, yeah. Whatever, whether you want to play aggressive or passive, like, as far as how you execute, it's completely different. It's about... What I'm talking about is, like, taking up space, making a presence, and like forcing them to respect you. So, you know, I may do all this and then just rotate out. But either way, if I think that they're gonna push still, I may lurk even and just pick them up when they rotate. If I think my team needs me, I may just drop it. But I know that they know if they push that it's potentially dangerous for them, because I just had a huge presence there. And then, so yeah, being able to rock back and forth from site to site with your team, and I just swiped and like almost knocked my cell phone off my desk. Alright, gonna conclude this video ranting. Let's see, to give you some more information. B site. If you can get here fast, just flash in. And push the site. because it takes time for them to come from heaven or there to make it into the checker. So, you know, if you want to smoke CT, the best way to smoke CT is just to bank the smoke right going across there, and it'll land there. If you want to smoke CT and push clear checkers, I recommend like calling that ahead of time though, just so that your team knows like, hey, we're gonna take our time and clear through the checkers, or we're gonna flash in and run into the B site, because those are two very different things. And what happens is, you know, you're like, oh, it's a B take. Some people are thinking they're flashing in and running into the site, and other people think that they're like slow clearing the checkers. And you just like want to be on the same page. So a lot of times, if I'm confident with my team holding mid and A main and and their spots having a presence, I'll go ahead and play the squeaky spot, because you know, a lot of times people don't go squeaky, and again, it's a really important spot. So if there's no one going A main and I'm squeaky, just pretty useless being over here, because I can't really do anything without someone main to coordinate. Because like if they just push main, I can't really push behind them because I'd be exposed if there's another one here. So I recommend, you know, unless your team is like doing a B rush, and you know, it's like, you know, yell at people like, I need someone, you know, to work A, you know, to work picks A with me, so I need someone A main. And you know, if you're both A main, maybe you can pick up the squeaky flank. But if you have one squeaky, one main, you know, you can open the squeaky, you can clear these spots here and here, and you know, it's a lot to help the other guy out. And you can even throw your smoke here, and you flash out here, and then you peek together. That's the fucking keyword. Alright? So, you know, you can have the guy squeaky open the door first, clear these spots, throw nades and smokes, and then push together, coordinate the push together. You know, if my team's chilling with the bomb somewhere B, and me and this guy A main are feeling confident, like, we'll just take the A site. We don't need the bomb. Alright? Because we can just do that, you know. And then the team can always bring us the bomb, or we can always, you know, regroup and take over some other shit. Alright, so I think I made my point about the making a presence, and maybe I should show you some tips CT side for how to counter, you know, what's going on main. But really, I think people need more help really T side in understanding how to not be getting like raped in the ass constantly T side on this map. So basically you have to be able to spread out and hold all the spots, and then you gotta have a good strong presence in spots, so that if you do need to leave them, you know, that people know, and they're not just gonna, they're gonna have some intimidation as far as when they're gonna just push on you and stuff like that. Let's see. Anything else I can think of? I mean, some basic stuff like post plant, just call your spots, you know, so that like people can see like, oh, something's not being watched, you know. At least they know. Again, you know, having your ass open on this map, there's a lot of different a lot of different corridors and places where people can rotate. So it makes it fun. Hopefully we'll have some good games. Use a few tips that I gave you, like, share, subscribe, and all of that jazz. Can have a strong presence, I mean. And squeaky. Don't, like, let places in the map be underutilized.
Let's go, let's go.
You know, like I was saying, like it takes one guy to come out mid. You know, and if he needs help, you can have someone boost someone, but you don't need like 3 of your team mid and no one watching Squeaky and no one watching B. You know, maybe everybody wants to go mid because they just want to like get frags, you know. And there's oftentimes a lot of people mid. Mid control is also really important, but there's a difference between like having mid control and you know, just like running out and losing people. So like I'm saying, like it takes one person to have mid control. If I'm playing aggressive, I make it into this spot and I keep them from taking the vent or pushing mid main. If I want to make it over to this spot, I can do the same here. I can, if I think they're going to push, play passive from this spot. I'm still holding the mid push. That's still having mid control. So you don't have to be like pushing them back in the Z or whatever to be able to have mid control. You know, at this point, your team should be able to work out A or work out B. So try to utilize the spots on the map, and then you know, if you have 2 people come out mid, just like, you know, work together. So, but make sure that the spots on the map, like Squeaky and the B push, are being held. And if you know, if you really, I don't know, it's like I feel like a lot of people, they just like really want to go mid, and I don't know, maybe, you know, maybe that's kind of like annoying for me because like that's one of the spots that I play on the map. But you know, I also can play every spot on the map. I'm pretty aggressive player, so I also play main. But really, everybody should be able to utilize their spawn and take advantage of their spawn to be able to get into like one of these pick spots. So, you know, like if I have a good B spawn, and I'm gonna go work the pick at B, you still need people watching A. They don't have to be as aggressive as like I am when I play A main, you know, because they may not be like an entry player, but you still want to, if you have your spawn, get up to the place on the map so that they're not just taking up spots on the map that you're not utilizing to crap all over. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. Love it or leave it.